Hello and welcome to Create Studio 4, how I made the Jigsaw puzzle sample 3. I'm Tony of Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 4.0.10 of Create Studio 4. First of all, we're going to start from scratch. So click on there with the left mouse button. Then we're going to go right over to the left top corner where the icons are pointing down vertically. They're in a column there. So I'm going to go for the first one, which is the media folder there. And what you can do is you can go to either VectEasy or any of these other ones and try and find somewhere where it gives you a jigsaw puzzle background like this one. I've actually imported that from my computer by clicking on there, and there it is. I'm just going to open that and it'll import it into here. Right, now I'm going to use this as just a template, but if I wanted to, I could check on one of those to see if there's any templates there that I could use to make a jigsaw. Right, I've just done this myself. It's I made it a while back, so I'm just going to drag that down just to get it inside the actual area, which is there. Just want to make sure that's on the line. Yeah, that's it. So once I've done that, I'm just going to drag that along to 10, and then I'm just going to lock it in position. So you can't move it off the canvas. It's dead on the canvas now, so that's fine. What I want to do next is use this spyglass here. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to use it to zoom into the jigsaw puzzles, and I'm going to use this hand here to drag it across. Right, and I'll get to number 1 first, obviously. Now that might be slightly too big, so I'm going to have to go down slightly like that. Right, now it's like that. What we can do is click on this pointer first, then we need to go to the plus sign here, click on the pen, which is the second one. Right, so next thing we do is click on the corner like that, and a spot comes up. Click on the lower corner here, another spot comes up and a line. We go across, make another spot by clicking the left mouse button, and then another one. That's not level, so we need to go to that white one and move it across a little bit, maybe down a little bit because I've gone too high. That's it. There we go. Because this is a circle area, I need to just do 3 points here, one there, one about there, and one back up here. That's 4 points actually. And then do this one here, this bit. Right, that looks fairly level. Now what we need to do now is to do these. If you want to do these properly, you can go back into it by using the spyglass and, you know, zoom in a bit more so you can see it. Then you got to move it again, so move it up like that. Then we use the arrow key again, so you need to go on the arrow key, and then you click on in between the two spots in the middle somewhere like that, and then use that and you click with the left mouse button and you drag it across so it does the bend. Right, same here, click in the middle, drag it with the left mouse button and take it to the bend. Right, the same here again, drag it across to where the bend is. You can adjust it around a little bit, doesn't matter, and then the same with that one. Right, that looks pretty good to me. Right, okay, so that's fine. Now we can use the hand again and drag this up that way, and we can use the spot. You need to use the arrow first before you do anything else, and then go on here, then here, then go down here somewhere, and then about here. It's usually good to go to like the 4 corners roughly of like a square sort of shape, more or less, except for like obviously you gotta get to near the edge of the green, not in the black area, because the black is where the outline will be on your puzzle, hopefully. So you know, you might need to leave that. You need to keep it in the green area, right? If you can. I'm going to pull that one up a little bit because that looked a bit not level. That's better. Right, so now I'm going to change these around. So I'm going to click on that one. Drag that there. Grab this one. That there. And then drag that down. Drag this one. Up there. You can move the dot around on that line. It doesn't matter. But if you keep it in the middle, it's usually a good idea to keep it in the middle more than anywhere else. And you got little pointers on the side which you can turn to bend it in a funny way if you need to. But you don't need it with this, but you can use it if you have to. And you can just drag across like that and make it look better. That's right. Okay, so now we're going to use the hand again. I'm going to drag it up a little bit. And we've got most of that then, so we can just click on this pointer and then click up the top there, like that. And then let's just check we're near the end there, because I don't know where we are. Ah, let's see. So when you get to this end point, you can do connect shape and it'll connect it like that. So it's a little bit out, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to add a board to all these anyway, right? So I'll just do that. And then I'll change the name of that to path 1. Now, at least we know which path it is, right? So we're going to put the numbers on for each path, right? And you can add a border width if you want to on the end, like that, to just match it up. It says 17, I'd go 20. And I'd change the colour to black of the border. Maybe take it down a bit, because that looks a bit, what's it, mind you. Let's just see how it looks when you fit it to normal. Does that look too big? Yeah, it does a bit. So let's just go back to where it was before. Whoops. I'm going to just bring that over and have a look at it. Yeah, we might have to cut that down to about 10 or 15. 10, I think. 10's good. Yeah, we'll do 10. Right. So you can see it looks alright once you've done that. Now what I'm going to do with path 1 is I'm going to hide it so you can't see it and do path 2. Right. We'll just carry on with this for the moment and let's just bring that into the middle. I'm going to bring that up a bit more because it's a bit low in it really in vision. That's a bit low, so that's better. Right, so now I'm going to do pen and get that on there and go click on there, click on there, click there, click there, click there, click there, and click down here, click across here, click across here. Oh, that's not right, so I'm going to adjust that one slightly, like that, and then you go here, 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 and about here, and then do down there. The one thing you must remember is don't close off a image until you've done change these. You can leave them and do them at the end, but you can't close off an image before you change them, because you can't change them afterwards. You have to restart it and do it again, or you have to press undo. Now, there's those two choices, so you know it's best not to close off an edge really, rather than do that. So I'm just going to pull that down, make sure I'm at the end nearly, and what I'm going to do is put that back on and do that piece. Right, that needs to go across that way a little bit. Right, now I'm going to do this and bring that up like that. Do that one, bring that across here like so. Bring that one back. There we go, that's that one, and we do the rest the same like that. better if you got more zoom in, because you can see better what's happening, and it looks much better when you're doing it more infinitely close to what it's supposed to be. It does seem much better, so it looks more accurate, and it looks like you've done a professional job, which is what you want really. If you're doing this professionally, you really need to do that. Let's pull that down a little bit like that, and then too bad. Let's try this one. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, it looks okay. I think we're okay with that. Let's just click on there and just try a little bit. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. Now all we need to do is just connect the shape. That's number 2 done. As you can see, there's a little bit of gap between them. It doesn't matter. We're going to put a, what's it on for 10? Border 10. So like that. Do the same border there. They'll cover each other anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to put that back over this way. Change the name. Rename that to 2. Oops. Oh god, it's done that again. Hide that when it does that, because I clicked off it in the wrong place slightly. I'm just going to add a picture, that one, and it'll come back on. Right, so just need to change that to path 2. Right, there you go. That's that path 2, and then all I need to do is hide it. That's path 2 done. Right, so now we need to go on to path 3, and I'll just do to 5, and then after I've done to 5, I will knock it off so you don't have to watch me doing all the rest, because they're going to take ages. Right, this does take a while, but you know, once you get used to it, it's all right. It's it's good for you to have a bit of something to do. If you haven't got anything else to do, you can do this, and it's relaxing to do it. To be honest, it's quite relaxing to do this. So I don't mind doing it. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. You got to enjoy something, and I enjoy doing this. It's quite nice and relaxing. So it ain't too much trouble. Anything like this, it can be. It comes up with a good result, and you know it's nice to have a good result. So I don't mind doing it. Then you're getting a good result on it, so that's what you want, really. And that's the point of me doing it like this. Is I enjoy doing it because I get a good result from it, you know, and that's what you want. So, oops, that ain't right. So that needs to move across there slightly, like that, and that needs to move up a little bit. I think that's it. That's better. Right, so I've done most of them. I just need to bend these into position. Right, and that one can go up a little bit there. Not too much. That needs to pull down a little touch there, like that. That one needs to come out. You get used to it after a bit, and you'll find you understand what's happening with the bend, and you can move the circles around it to adjust it slightly more if you want. Right, and once you've done it, it feels like you've done a good job, because it looks good. It looks much better when you do it like this than the other 2 ways, to be honest, because you get the circles looking better on the actual item, except for the first way, of course. First way I'm using circles. On this one, you're making circles by doing this, and it works, but you know, so I mean, you got a choice then of which way to do it. If you don't like the first way, do it this way. You know what I mean? Because that's more to do with actual design than this is, in that respect, because you're using a design app rather than a animation app, which is what Create2 is, animation app really. So you know, that's the difference. So that's that looks a bit tight there, so I'm going to pull that one out of there a little bit. That's it. Okay, now all we need to do is that bit there. Actually, wait a minute, there's a bit here I missed. I'm going to go too far off there. That's it. Okay, we're just going to connect the shape there, and then we're going to put it across, rename it, right click, rename, by the way. If you right click on the mouse, it'll come up with the different things like rename and hide and stuff like that. So I'm going to hide it, so right click and hide. So it's hidden now. Actually I'll show it again, so I'll right click and showed. And now what I want to do is with that, I need to click on it. What's happening there? It ain't coming up. Right, there it is. Right, so I've clicked on it like that. For some reason it wasn't showing up on the other. So I'm going to change the border to 10 and black. Right. And that looks pretty good now. So there you go. So that's what you want, isn't it? So that's 3 of them. I'll just do 2 more and then I'll leave you to it while I do the rest of them. Okay, so I'll just show you these 2 I've got to do. Right, so I've got to hide that one first. Now let's do number 4 and 5. So these won't take long. So that one. Oh, I've got to put the pen back on, sorry. Pull that across that way a little bit, that was too far over. And same with these, look pretty good. I think that usually works the best, having the 3 spots around there, see. It usually works pretty well. I mean, you can do more if you want to. You want to make it more dead on with the thing, you can. You know, it's down to you really and what you need. But it looks okay for what I need really. So, because I mean, what we're doing is we're bringing it out a lot on zooming into it, ain't we? So it does work well when you're zoomed in more. So that needs to go across this way, like that, and then there, 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 and here. Oh, that one ain't far enough across, is it, that one? That needs to be over this way a bit more, and then there. Alright, so we pull that one down a little bit, maybe across this way a little bit. Okay, then we just got that last bit there up there, so we'll do that. We push this way, that way a bit, not that way a bit. Okay, so now we're going to just do these again, and then we'll be on the last one that we're going to do while I'm recording it for you. You don't want to see this all the way through here because it take ages to do all of them, so it does take a while. I mean, you know, what do you expect? It's like trying to get it done fine, you know, so you have to put a bit of effort into it, I suppose. I don't mind a little bit of effort. It always works good for you when you do put a bit of effort into it. It ain't like an AI where you just tell it what to do and it does it, and you put no effort in. Now at least you've done something with it, you know what I mean? Makes it look better if you do something yourself. I think anyway. Brought up to be independent of and do things like that, so that's what I'll do. Now I do it that way because I find it makes me feel better as well, you know. Now, unfortunately, some of the kids these days don't know nothing about those kind of days when you have to do things yourself. So, you know, it's a shame for them really, because they don't know the benefit of achieving something and really enjoying achieving it, you know what I mean? So, I just hope that they find out what it's like someday in the future. Anyway, that's that one done. I'm going to connect that, right. I'm just going to take it across here like so. And change the name. So I've right clicked, rename, and just add a space and number 4 for that one. Yeah. And then what I need to do now is just click on it again. Make sure I can do the border of black and put it to 10. Right. Enter that. That's fine. That should be okay. And now what I need to do is right click and hide it. Okay. Now we've only got number 5 to do, so what I'm going to do is going to pull this across. Maybe just make it a little bit bigger because I can. That'll be alright. Now I'm going to go back on that. Make sure I've got the pen on. And do this one. This one shouldn't be too hard because there ain't so many on this as some of the other ones. It's easy on the corners and that because the corner ones only have a couple of these circular parts on. So it makes it a lot easier for you to do them. Like so. I mean, what's that going to be? About 2 seconds. It's going to take me to this really, roughly. Apart from doing those pieces. So we just do that. Whoops. That's a mistake. Just to undo it like that. I'll click on there. I'm going to click on the actual line. That's one thing you got to watch, that you actually click the line. If you don't click the line, that's what will happen. So it's a good job I did that just to show you what to do. You just click on the undo there. That's all you need to do if you get that problem. Alright, so we can do this. I might need to go back in a bit. Yeah. To this one. Like so. And this one here. Like so. This one here. Like that. Okay, so I've done that. And all I need to do now is connect the shape. And there we go, we've connected the shape. And I'm going to change it. So right click, rename, path 5. Right, so I've done that. Now what I need to do is add its border, which is black. Put a black border on and 10. It'll cover it anyway, either way, both sides. So that's fine. So we do that, and I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I will continue with the others, and when I've finished, I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've finished all those paths, and now we're going to get a background to connect to them. Right, so I've got this view of Manhattan. We're going to do that one. And, oh, hang on. Put that back on, sorry. Put that there. What I need to do before I do anything else is I'm going to change the timeline so it's got more numbers on it. So it's about 25 or something like that. Maybe 30 even. There's 30. We should be alright with that. What I'm going to do is take this all the way along. Actually, I'm going to put it to there. Then I'm going to select all. So I'm going to do Control A. And then just go all the way across to 30. That way we will have enough, right? Next, what I want to do is I'm going to deselect them all by clicking on the top there, which I have done. Then I'm going to select the first one, which is the background, and I'm going to duplicate that about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I ain't going to do too many at once because I want to make sure I can handle it. Right, so I'm just going to stretch my thingy a little bit more. This, make it a bit longer than 30, so we can see the edge. And then I'm going to select them too. That's only for the first one I'm doing that. Right, and what I want to do is, once I've selected them together, I'm going to right click and mask. And once it's masked, it goes dark. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, because the one that was underneath the mask part was actually hidden. So I'm just going to show that now, and that'll be like that. So I need to just take it out of the way so we know it's not one of the ones that you need to use with the masks. Right, now for the rest of them, instead of just doing it like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use control when clicking the second item. Now the first item is that one. I'm going to use my mouse scroll to scroll up. Then I'm using control and right click and mask. Right, and I'm going to use right click and show, and then I'm going to pull it across to match where the other one is. Right, then I'm going to go down to the next one, click on it, use my scroll bar or my scroll wheel, sorry, and I'm going to press control, right click, mask. Right, moving it out the way so I know it's not one of the ones that we need, and I'm going to press show, right click and show. Okay, and you click the show with the left mouse button. Okay, let's go back down to the next one, click on that and go up to the next part, control or command, right click, mask with H, and then right click, show, and then we go across, move that across. I'm only moving it across to make it easier for me to understand which one's which. Okay, and then you go next one, use the mouse wheel to scroll back up, control or command and right click, mask, and then show. Right, we've done that. We need to do a few more duplicates. Oh, do 5 more. Click on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason I'm doing it this way is because if you do a ton of them all in one go, it can confuse you. So don't do that if you can help it. Try and do it a bit at a time so it makes it easier for you to understand what's going on and what you're doing. As well as that, I always go down to the path so I can see where I'm at, how much more I've got left to do, and then I'll click on that one first before I scroll back up with my scroll wheel. It's not a hard thing to do, so I prefer to do it that way, and then command or control and right click and path F, right click, show. Right, you can remember to show every single one of them. That'd be a good idea, because otherwise there'll be one missing and you won't know where it's gone. Right, so I'm going to do that. Right click, I mean left click on there, go up, command or control, right click, mask. Right, and I'm going to do right click, show, and then take it across. Next one, go back down, D, up we go, control or command, right click, mask with path D. Well, this is going to take a bit of time, obviously, but once it's done, that'll be it. Okay, I'm just going to go there, mask with C, right click, show, put it out the way there for a moment, and then once I've done this, I will show you what we're going to do with the animations after that. So I'm just going to pause this for now. Okay, so I've done all of them. What I need to do now is select them all. So you can control and I should select them all. Can't select them all, so I'm sure it was something like a shift and I. No, for some reason I select everything. What I'll do is just try control and I. Selected everything. So what I need to do is move them over here if I can. It's gonna, it's not gonna, so I'm just dragging them. No, not allowing me to do that, so I'll just take one at a time. Never mind. For some reason it wouldn't select that many things and drag them, so I don't know why. Never mind, just be careful when you're dragging them back to the beginning. But no, so just do that. Not a problem. Won't take that long anyway. Just make sure you don't drop one on another one, because then it'll be at the back of that one. There is that possibility. That one looks a bit dark, so I'm going to check on that and make sure that one ain't. Make sure that one ain't left. We know it's still on. Okay, it's on show. It should be alright. It looks a bit darker than the others to me, so I don't know. Okay, right, so we're nearly done. It won't be long now. All I need to do is do the movements for the ins and the outs, which we've got enough space in between each one now to do that. Right, now we want the inner ones, so these ones need to be done first, really, rather than the outer ones. So we've got 5 between each one, and then we need to do those ones at the inside first, right? So what we're going to do then is from the top, you don't want the first 5. So we go, let's go down, right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there we want to put these, right, so that one's 1, 2, 3. So I'm doing it, oh no, that's wrong. I want to be there, 6, that one 4, and that one, no, that one's going to be there, so that's okay. So that one 2 to 4, that one 4, one needs to be on 2, it needs to be there, one needs to be there, and that line. Can't tell this very well. Put that there and that there. Right, that's it. Okay. And we want the same the other side of that set there. So you go down a little bit, try and sneak it down a little touch. Then put this one here. This one, ooh, there. No, there. Right. So it's basically matching the other side. And then the same with this one. One that matching there. That one matching there. Whoops. That matching there, and then do the same with that one. That one. You'll see in a minute why. Now this one we need to be a bit further out, so we want to go on to 4. Then we want the third one of them in the 4th position there. This one to be, 8th position there, right? So that one's got to be on 10, and that one's got to be on 12, right? So we're going to put that one on 12, like. And we need to do the other side as well, so we need them to be that way and that way. All I'm doing is setting them out ready for when you put the starting animations on each one of these. And then we're going to do the same with this lot. We need that one to be on 8, the third one, on the 8, this one to be on the 10, this one to be on the 12, like so. Go down, next one to be on 10, and that one to be on 12, right? Now when we do these now, these will be in the proper order. But what I'm going to do, go back to the top and start with the first one by giving you an idea of what we're doing with it. So let's click on that one, and we're going to do motion right. That's coming in from the right, yeah. And we're going to do advanced settings. We want to do rotation here, and we want the linear instead of smooth on the rotation, so we're going to change that to linear in and out. And we're going to go back off there, we go to rotation, and we're going to do take away sign or minus sign 180. It's already got the O on, so don't need to worry about that. Right, that's going to spin across from there. We want it to do 2 seconds, so we're going to stretch that across using the left mouse button on it and dragging it across to the 14 from the 12, right? And we try and put it level with that line, right? And with this one, want to do a similar thing with this one. Hang on, wait a minute. So yeah, that's right. We're going to do the same thing with this one. So we go right, advanced settings, rotation, linear in and out. Do that. go to minus 1.8, so it's 180, right? That should be okay. We just need to just stretch that to the 12, where that starts basically. And then this one, which is the middle one, right, we're going to get that from the top, so it's going to go down to the bottom, so we need bottom, right? Then we're going to click on advanced settings, rotation, keep that as minus 180 for this one, and change the smooth to linear in and out, right? Okay, and then we're just going to drag that to where that one starts, so that's okay, right? With this one here, we're going to do left instead of right because they're coming in from that side. Okay, so we do motion, left, advanced settings, click on the smooth for the rotation, change that to linear in and out, and then we're going to go back onto the rotation. We're going to change this to 180 like that instead of minus 180 because it's coming from the other direction, right? And then we're going to change that to on the 12, like so. That'll be basically the same as the other one, like that. Then the next one is going to do the same as that from the left. Okay, go left, advanced settings, smooth, change to linear in and out, change the rotation to 180. Okay, so that's that. So that's done. I just need to change it to the length that it should be, right there. Okay, next, let's do this one. These are the outsider ones, aren't they? Not the outsider one. That ain't the outsider one, is it? Okay, what's that one? Oh, that was the outsider ones. These are the insider ones. That's right. So this one's coming from the left as well. I mean the right. Coming to the right from the left. Yeah. So I mean it's right, and that one's going to be advanced settings, in and out linear, and you're going to go back minus 180 because it's coming from the left. Yeah, and that's that one. Oh dear, we had a problem with the internet, so just wait a moment. Just gone off for a second. I'm just going to click on it and see what's going on. For some reason it keeps dropping out. I don't know why. Telling you, so it's back on, so that's fine. Right, so I'm just going to drag that to 6 from 4, so it should be 2 seconds roughly. Okay, then we go to the next one down, and that's going to be the same as that basically. And I want motion, right, advanced, smooth, change to linear in and out, go back minus 180 like so, and then we just need to stretch that across to there like that. Okay, then the middle one, that's going to come from the top, so it's on the motion, it's going to be bottom. Let's just come from the top to the bottom. So, and then what we need to do with that one is same with the rotation, linear in and out, back to where it says rotation, and that's going to be minus 180 again. So that's that. So all of them should be okay, except for the, oops, change that there, needs to put that on there like so. And then this one's got to go the same as that one, so, but it's going to be left instead of right. So that's going to be left. We need to change that one left. That's that one there, and that one needs to be advanced, smooth, change to linear in and out, and we're going to go back, and instead of doing minus 180 because it's coming from the right side to the left, it needs to be 180 rather than minus 180. Okay, So it's coming in from that side, so I want to come in back, rotating this way. Yeah? Okay, so you understand that, yeah? Hopefully. And I'm just dragging this along by using my left mouse button, clicking on the end there and dragging, right? And then this next one's going to be the same as that. We just do the same thing here. Left, advanced settings, change smooth to linear, in and out, go back, 180. I'm turning on 180. Yeah, and then I'll just drag that to number 6 there. About there, yeah. That should be level with the other side, yeah. Okay. Now same with this one. We're going to do the same thing with this one. But the middle ones are going to be different slightly. That one anyway. So we do this one right. So we go right. Advanced settings. Smooth. Change to linear. In and out. Go back off the easing. Rotation is minus 180. Whoops. Okay. That's fine. And change its size to the same as the left one there. That's it. So like that. And this one going to be the same as that. So it's right. Run settings. Smooth. Change to linear, in and out. Back on rotation, minus 180. Yeah. Okay, just make it longer. And that's one. This one is got to come up from the bottom, so it's got to be on top. Right. Advanced settings. We need to do change smooth to linear, in and out, and we're going to use right. We're going to use it coming in from the right, like sort of rotation. So rotation can be different from the rotation down. Yeah, if you get what I mean. I'll show you in a minute. Right, so it's going to be 180 rotation on this. Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense? Trying to sort of get it working like as if they're going in the opposite direction from the opposite sides, you see. Right, that's what it's supposed to be doing. Right, so next one, motion left, advanced settings, smooth to linear, in and out, go back, 180. Is that right? What am I on this one? Yeah, 180. Yeah, that's that one, and then just do wee across there. Should be right now, hopefully. Yeah, and that one's the next one to do, so we've got to do that one left there as well. Left, advanced settings, smooth to linear, in and out, rotation 180. Right, so these are all going together. You could have them going separately, which is what I did actually. So I can change that anyway. All I need to do is just move them about a bit more, that's all, so it wouldn't matter. So don't worry, I can move the bottom ones to be a bit later on, at the same time as the top ones move or something, and then these I can move these ones after, even later than that. Right, so what I'll do is I'll put these up that way. So I'm going to do that one there, that one there, that one there. Right, so that's roughly suppose that was on. That should be there. Whoops. Right, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Right, so that's the top, and then I need to move these ones over to level with that one. And then this last one I'm going to move further over still. Right? That way you'll see what I mean in a minute, because obviously you want them to be a bit later. So we'll just put this one a bit further over. Oops, hang on, wait a minute. Forgot where I was then, I've done the wrong one. I meant to move this one. Let's see where that one is. Right, so we've got that one equals that one roughly. And this one's got to go just about here. Right, so I want to put that one there. The middle one. This one a bit further over like that. That one a bit further over like that. That one back a bit, because that one's a bit too far over. Like that, so that should be on the line there, be on the line there, and that should be on the line there. And these need to go that way, there, and that one there. Okay, that will make better sense anyway. So now we've got to do these ones. Let's do that one's got to come in from the right, from the left to the right, and I'm going to use advanced easing for that particular part as linear and in and out. Just left clicking on them like that, and then minus 180. Whoops. Okay, like that. Next, we need to just drag that across a bit, like that. We do the same with this one. Right, round settings, rotation, in and out, linear. Click using the left mouse button for all of these really. Okay, and that's it, that should be done. Just need to drag that across to equal that edge there, and then we're going to get to this one. This one's got to come in from the bottom, so we need to do top on that one. Yeah, advanced settings, and we wanted this one to come in rotation 180 instead of minus 180. Right, so we'll do that in a minute. Linear, I did 180 like that, and that's okay, so we've done that. Just need to stretch that there. It's about right. Next one, these are going to be left, advanced settings, change the smooth on the rotation to linear, in and out, take off the easing, go on to there, rotation is 180, because we're coming from this one now, right, and we're going to move that to equal the same as the right there, coming in at the same time, them two are, from either sides, so we'll go like that, right, that makes sense, yeah, and then the last one, that's coming from the left as well, we do that one, so left, coming to the left I mean, and advanced settings 180 on that. Just got to change the smooth to linear and in and out, right, and then bring the size to there. I'm just going to play that for you and let you see how that looks so far, and you'll see what I mean now, right. But what I'm going to do first before I do that is remove that. I want to remove that, right. Oh, hang on, it's got someone else connected with it. What is that? Just need to get rid of that. So just delete that. Now let's just play this from the start, like so. And the last bit coming up in a second. And that's how it works. Next bit is I've got to do the out part for each one of these. I mean, you can see it's coming out slowly like that, but I don't want it that way. I want it to come out with the top going first. So to do that, here's what we're going to do next, right? So we're going to get to the top piece, and what we want to do is find out where the lower ones finish coming in. Let's see where the last ones finish coming in. About there, so we need about there. So at that point, that's where the first one's going to go out. So we want to go all the way back to there with this one. So what I'm doing is I'm using left mouse button and that to draw it back in to that point. Right, so we want about there, right? So from there to there, we're going to have the out. Right, so we can have it dropping straight out. We can use the motion to do it if we wish. So let's just do it that way. We can do position out is, let's just say right. Now we want it to drop down to the bottom. Right, and we want to do a spin as well. So we do rotation 180, spin, and change that to linear like that. Okay, and then we need that to come back to here. So let's just see what happens with that. And it's coming on the front, yeah. If you want to do another one, you can do the next one a bit after, like that, to there, and then just do same sort of thing. Or you can change it if you want. So you can change the location. If you want to change the position, you'd have to use the add animation. So let's just do it with add animation instead. So let's delete that one first. Start again with that. And use add animation to the same sort of thing. You need position, rotation, right? You could also add, oh, I've got the wrong one, sorry, hang on. Delete that one. Go back on here. Add animation, position, scale, rotation, and easing linear on this way. And you can drag that from there to there. And you don't need to click the first one, the first circle. The second circle you want, click on that. And what you do is you do your rotation first, like that. You want to do it like that, or maybe two if you wanted to do. And then you do either make it bigger or smaller, according to which way you want to go. I'll just stretch it down like that, and then bring it down here. And that's gone off the screen, right? So let's just see how that works. Right, so there you go. So we play that now. Just play so it looks. It's shrinking down and it's going wee bump like that. You can do that, right? Next one, we do the same with this one. So we just get that on the circle there. Go to this one beneath it, and then do the same sort of actions, right? So linear on there, properties, position, scale, opacity. No, not opacity. Rotation, like that. I've already got the easing on, right, so that's fine. Just stretch that across. We can click on there, right. We can do rotation for that once it's on there. Wait a minute, let's get on there first. Let's do 1 and 2. Right, so we're going to turn around twice. Then we can make it smaller as well, like that, do a little bit. Then we take that one this way. So there you go. So that's going like that. It's going that way. And this one can go across to the middle there. Right, so we do that one next. Into there. Go to the next one down. Add animation. Position, scale, rotation, easing, linear, in and out. Right? And that one's that one. So we just go across there. That's roughly about the right size. Click on the second one. Actually, it's a bit too big. Whoops. I want to push this back a bit. There. Right. And we go. Means we're on that one. I don't know why that's come up like that, but it has. Let's just do that. And we just go round twice. Like that. Then we're going to do make it smaller like so, and put it right across here, like that. Okay, that makes sense, doesn't it? That's how we go, wee, right? Okay, and then that one I'm going to just bring that in a bit. Let's just check that the lines are roughly the same length. I mean, slightly bigger, I think. Let me just do that smaller, a little bit. Bring that in, there. That's it, and then bring that one into there. I meant that's it. You can pull that in. Right. Next one. Do that one. And what we got the one. Let's put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that one. We want this one moving over that way a little bit. Click on that where that spot is there, just about there, and just add the animations there. So linear, properties, position, scale, rotation. Just left click on all of these, and then we just drag it along the second hoop along by left clicking and holding and dragging till it's roughly about the same size of them ones, and you just pull that back by left clicking and holding. Click on the circle again. Wait until you get these two black arrows that are so kind of on a little curve, and you just left click and drag round. 1, 2. I'm going to do them all rotating in a clockwise direction on the way out, because I think that's best. So I'm just going to do that, and then I need to push it down and go wee up here like that. So go up there. Right, this one's going to be here, so that ain't going to do a lot of stuff really, to be honest, but never mind. Just do it about there. Click on, that's about right level anyway, so there. Do add animation, position, scale, sorry, I meant scale, not opacity. Rotation and easing is linear, in and out. That's fine. We're just going to drag that across a bit. Up there. Right, now pull that back. And what we're going to do is do the same rotation. Make it smaller. And make it go across to up there. Right. Then with the rest of these, we can carry on how you want to do it, you know. But obviously we've got to make them longer because of these. Right. That's what I mean. You don't know until you've done them how far they've got to go. So that's the problem with this. That's the only problem really. But other than that, bring them across like this. Right, so this is the next one. Add animation, linear, properties, position, scale, rotation. Bring that across so it's roughly about the same thing. And what we can do is click on there, make sure that's done, and then rotate right by twice. And then we can go shrink it and take it up there. Right, this one is the next one. So we do that one. Add animation, position, scale, rotation, easing, linear, in and out. Yeah, we've got that one. Bring it there. And that's more or less right, so I'll just put it back across a bit more. Click on there, rotate it round its axis twice, and then we're going to have it go in here, I should imagine, and just bring it down a little bit like that. Bring it there, and that one will go down here, Right, so the next one's going down there further. Pull that up across there a bit, and that's just a little bit longer. Right, so next one we want, add animation, linear, properties, position, scale, rotation. Cross with that to the end, roughly. There we go. Rotate it. Twice, I think it was. That about right, yeah. Where was that one? Sorry, I've got to do something now. I was there, so I need to do this one a bit smaller. And do down there. This one could go here on the end. Need to make that one longer. So there we go. We need to go on that one. Add animation, position, scale, rotation, easing, linear, in and out. Make sure it's on in and out. There. Let's do that one. That one goes round like that. Twice. Smaller. And down here. Right. Okay, so that one looks pretty good. That's pretty cool. Right, okay. Next one, we've got to drag it all the way along, I'm afraid. Longer. They all need to be a bit longer, the lower ones, I'm afraid. So we're going to take a bit of time, but never mind. I've got nothing else better to do, I suppose. Oh, never mind, eh? There we go. So, add animation, linear, position, scale, rotation. There we go. On there. Then we just rotate it. 1, 2. We're just going to go smaller. And then over here. Okay, and then I can cut that down a bit. Don't need all that. Next one. Alright, there it is. We're going to do add animation, position, scale, rotation, easing, linear, in and out. Go to the end of there. Drag that in. Click on the spot here. Now we need to do, I'm going to take it up that way, this one, because it's lower down, ain't it? So I'm going to go rotate that way. Now actually I'll rotate it the opposite direction, just to be as awkward as hell. There you go, like that. And then I'm going to make these ones bigger instead of smaller, and take them up. That'll be a difference, yeah? About like that and going up. Okay, does that look good? Like that. Okay, next one. Rotate that one anti-clockwise as well. So we'll do that one. Now, add animation, linear, properties, position, scale, rotation. I'm going to take this across to there. Click on the end. That circle on the end there. I need to click on that. Now I'm going to do anti-clockwise. So I need to go, or counterclockwise in American lingo. There you go, like that. And I'm just going to pull it up, like that, and put it up there. Yeah? Okay. I'm trying to get them all to be sort of similar to one another. Need to get back down here to get this one. Drag that one across. like so, about that much. I'm going to add animation, position, scale, rotation, easing, linear. Right, so I'm going to just drag that across there like that, using the left mouse button, mainly for most of the stuff. So we're going to do anti-clockwise, so 1, 2, and we're just going to, from there, just going to stretch it out, and we're going to go over this way. Yeah? See how that looks? It's coming down to the right size. And that one coming down there to the right size, that one. Right. Yeah? That looks pretty cool. Let's go back down here. Let's drag these. Let's drag this one along first. I don't want to move its position from the beginning, so I want to make sure I'm dragging it, stretching it along really, rather than doing anything else. Get back on the circle on that one. Right, so now we're going to add animation, linear, position, scale, rotation. It's a long-winded process, but it's worth it to get the actual last image, how it works, and it looks a good effect. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's well worth it for the amount of time you take doing it. So I'm going to do anti-clockwise. Yeah, 1, 2, and then stretch about twice the size of what it is. You get that off. 10 coming off, so stretch it like that, and take it up here. There, right. Okay. Let's just see that. That's it. That was close to the other one. It wasn't that close, but it's close enough to be okay. And I need to go to the middle somewhere with that one. Bring that one over a lot more. Like that. That should be okay, so I can just push that one in a little bit. Do that. Need that one to go across a little bit more. On the circle there. Add animation, position, scale, and rotation. Easing is linear. And we go back on there. And that one we need to do anti-clockwise. Well, I'm going to make it big. Whoops, I've done too many, I think, a little bit. And we go straight over this way. Yeah? Okay. Next one, is that the last one? Is open, isn't it? Could be, oh, okay, there's quite a few left. Yeah, quite a few left actually. No, we're not far away though. It's taking quite a while really for me. I didn't expect it to take this long. So, never mind. These things happen sometimes. Again, nothing you can do about it, but let's go. Linear, properties, position, scale, rotation. And drag that across to about there. Click on that. And this one's going to have to go over this way somewhere. So I'm going to anti-clockwise. 1, 2. And then go smaller. I'm now bigger, and gotta go bigger. And bring it there. Right. Next one, I'm gonna go further over that way, I think. Yeah, it needs to go further over that way. There, about there. Right, so I'll just get on the end of that one. Add animation, position, scale, and rotation. Easing, linear, in and out. We're right to the end of there. Click on the circle, and then click on the circle again. anti-clockwise rotate when I get that on. 1, 2. There we go. Make it bigger. Getting problems here with this going bigger like that. And go wee like that over there. Okay. Like that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next one's down. See what we got left. We ain't got many left. 3 left. Thankfully. I'll stretch them all to that length there. That'll be easier for me to get them in a minute. No more, is there? Don't think so. No more, yeah. At the end, I believe. Yeah. Like I said, though, you need more space at the end. So now, because obviously you're putting your extra animation on, and it's a bit hard to judge at first until you've done it. So just do your best to judging it initially. I knew it was going to be quite long, but I didn't expect it to be this long. So there you go. Just shows done it. Okay, so position, scale, rotation, but it makes a good image at the end, so I'm happy with it. So here we're going to go anti-clockwise again, like so, and then we're going to go massive, and we're going to go down here. Right, the other ones we're going to go further over. That's too far actually, about there. And I'm going to put that one up there and this one up there somewhere. So now it doesn't matter. It's just going to make it look good anyway, either way you do it this way. So easing, linear. I'm going to put that across. About there actually. That's about right. Click on that. And anti-clockwise. Okay, go make it bigger and bring it up there. Okay, and the last one, further over like that. Just do add animation, linear, properties, position, scale, and rotation. And there we are. It's going to be the last one. And there we go. There. Rotate it round twice. Always do the rotation first because for some reason sometimes it just doesn't work. If you don't do the rotation first, it just doesn't seem to catch or something. So it's always best to try and do that first if you can. Right, so now we've finished it. Let's just check how it looks from the start. Right. Okay. Now we should have the middle and the top coming together like that. That's pretty good. Now the bottom one should be coming in a sec. Cool. The top will start coming up in a minute. There we go. It's disappearing. And we're going smaller, you can see. Yeah, that looks cool actually. That's gone up there. We're going up there. It's going cool. This one's going that way. That looks pretty good animation actually. It looks really cool. Cool. That's getting bigger and going up there. Yeah, cool. So that one's coming towards us, the other one's just going away. And that is how I done the sample 3 jigsaw puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a long one and it's quite hard to do, but at the end of the day it's worth it because of that effect was brilliant, I think anyway. Now if you do too, please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope it's given you some great tips. If it has, please let me know, and also if you've got any problems, please also put a question down underneath the tutorial and I'll try and answer your question for you. Okay, have a good day anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.